Yeah, I know Ryan very well. He used to come into the restaurant all the time. Uh,
Welcome and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Joey Wabbs. Uh, Mr. Link will be here in just a moment. We're doing episode 6 of our show, WabbsLink. Wanted to just thank everybody for staying with us. We had some, technical difficulties last week with Link and the hurricane, and then I've been kind of more on like my sly FIFA shit, just trying to like get back to myself more or less. But here's my guy Link. Appreciate you joining me again, my brother. We are going to be talking about the game that we've been waiting for. That's the
yes.
biggest thing. That's the one thing that we've been wanting to for it to come. This is the game, the test for both of our teams.
Yes.
Uh, but before we get to it, I want to give you your time. I want to make sure you get to say your piece about what happened this week and these last few weeks for you, and then we can kind of get into the game.
All right. So yeah. So last week, I mean, I don't know if you guys have been following on the news, but just been dealing with some storms. Helene and Milton came through the area I live in Tampa, Florida. So I just wanted to say respects to the people that have lost, friends, family, and their homes. I know property isn't that consequential when it comes to lives, but a lot of people are dealing with shit right now. So my respects and prayers to everyone that was affected by the two storms. Luckily, I was safe. Was able to evacuate to two different places. So thank you for the people that let me stayed with them. All love. Um, and yeah, I'm just very thankful that I wasn't too harmed in the storm. And big up Hooks, my guy. Big up. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'm really happy to be able to be back on the show. So
Yeah, well, we're glad that you're back safe and sound, my dude, and I know that you have some family out there, so too. So I'm glad everything
yeah,
is all good for you guys.
thank you, thank you.
But to better talk, right?
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about this game, man. Let's talk about this game because I've said from probably what now, game week 3 or 4,
Three, I think before.
that this game was the one I had circled bit. I had it bit circled on my calendar, bro, because that's the one where I was like, okay, we could get through this run right here, have a nice little like injection of faith of how our team is getting moving forward, and then it's what did we look like against the test, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm gonna give you the floor about how you think this matchup is gonna play out. We'll get into and then I'll get into mine. We'll do a little bit of score predictions. Um, but I also want to hear what you think the lineup's going to be. So I'll pull up a formation builder here,
Okay. Yeah.
and you can kind of go through your formation and tell me what you think that the lineup's going to be in the end.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, like we've both been looking forward to this game, pretty much since this schedule came out and our, good start to the season. Um, I think it'll be a good matchup. However, I'm slightly disappointed at the suspensions you guys have, um, because of your defense. Um, I don't rate your defense to begin with. You know that, but you having two people out gives a little bit more question marks. And I don't. The more I've thought about this game, the less worried I am. And it's not against your attack, which is your strong point, right? And your midfield. But I think you will let mistakes happen. Like I think you'll kill yourself in this game. personally. Um, that's just my own view on it. This is kind of like a brand new thought for me, and this might be influenced by the Chelsea people I've seen on YouTube the last couple days, triggering me. But no, I really do think that you guys have too many mistakes in your defense, and we're firing at a rate that will capitalize on a majority of them, if not all of the mistakes, or at least I hope so. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who do you think are like what do you think that lineup's going to be? Let's pull up a formation.
Yeah, okay. You want to start the lineup
Yeah,
now? I
let's do
think
a
our
formation thing.
lineup.
'Cause I wanna think of what your thought process is behind what you think Slot's going to play first and foremost. Because this is really his first big test too, right? Like outside of
It will
Milan.
be. Yeah, it will be outside of Milan. And Nottingham Forest was a test. Not to hype up Nottingham Forest, but it was a test in the fact that it was post international break, and we failed it. So that was a test. So this is another one. But this is probably the biggest one to date, and it's got the most narratives building off of it. So I do agree with that sentiment. I think our lineup, based off what's happened the last 2 weeks, is pretty much set in stone. But you got it up perfect. 4-2-3-1. But Kelleher is in goal. Allison's hurt. Allison's always hurt. It's the freaking way he kicks that damn ball, bro. Like, why do you try to lunge? And then, you saw the injury, right?
Nah, I've been
So
kind of tapped out of football for the last couple of weeks.
okay. So as a 30-year-old man myself, I know that if I try to do a Trivela without naturally doing Trivelas all the time and not having my momentum in the right way, I'm going to hurt myself. This man tried to do a Trivela clearance under pressure.
But Kelleher is good though.
No, Kelleher is good. I'm just talking about Allison and these injuries, and adds to the whole why we got Georgie thing. So Allison's
Konate,
hurt.
right?
Yeah, so it'll be Konate and Van Dyke. That's set. And if Robertson's healthy, he'll start. Big up, JK.
You think is he healthy?
Who? Robertson?
Robertson.
Last I saw, he was healthy. Now you're scaring me.
I don't know. You brought it up.
Yeah, no, but the back line, the back four is set. Unless
Okay,
there's an injury, the back four is set. Robertson hasn't played bad enough in a game to warrant losing his spot. And I think the way Slot always talks about standard, I think he wants consistency to be a part of that standard. And as long as he's not putting a foot wrong, I don't see why Robertson would get benched unless it's rotation.
Mac, Grav.
Yeah, Mac and Grab. That's set. Also, that's set.
Bose has been cooking in.
Yeah, man, he scored, and it's just like
I saw that. I've seen some clips. He's been cooking.
Yeah, and he plays well, and it's like I don't want to harp on other YouTubers, but like once you have an opinion
Right. So
about
who's
a player,
this guy?
I can't even see who's on the left.
Nah, who's the 10?
The 9?
Or the 9? Excuse me.
The 9 is Jota. My boy's not starting. He's not ready. He's improving weekly, but he's not ready. I can say this.
Hasn't Jota kind of been stinky though?
He has, but the difference between Jota and Nunes right now isn't, and it's funny because this is why people say Nunes doesn't start. It isn't the GA, it's the connectivity that he has with the front line right now. His movement,
he's kind of isolated.
It's not even that he's isolated. It's just okay. So the team still like doesn't look for Nunes in the right spaces at the right times. Like they see Nunes when it's too late. It's always too late. That's why he's offsides half the time. It's because they notice his run before, like after the fact. And it's like, all right, well, he's faster than everyone. And then you say his run late. So what do you want him to do? He can't just stop at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But if he stops, he's offside. So Nunes doesn't have that connection with our midfield as far as timing of runs and them playing him through off those patterns of play that we have against other teams mid-block. Like, when we draw teams out and stuff, it's great. Jota knows what to do there because it
This is
ends
going to
up.
be such an interesting tactical battle if it doesn't get ruined by something like a red card or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm scared of too. I'm scared of the referee becoming the big talking
It's
point of
not
the
a
game.
big referee either. It's not like a Taylor or anything. I
That's
saw
good.
the ref.
That's good.
So, chat. I know Link and I know JK, Phineas, Billy. I know you guys are in here. One of you, can you throw the name of the ref for this game in the chat? I know you guys could find it real quick. All right. So I'm gonna leave this up for you, bro, for right now, and then I'm gonna put my lineup in, and I'm gonna tell you why I think that this may be the type of matchup that is gonna kind of expose this defense, this midfield, as long as they pick who I think he's gonna pick, because I do think he's gonna do this.
Well,
Okay,
that's what this
it's
test
not
is of
what
our
I
midfield.
hope. It's what I actually think he's gonna do. Okay. Just let me build it real quick. Because we play the same formation, obviously.
I'm still here, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We will share it this way. This is the one I think he picks Nani again, but if I beg he picks Neto. I beg. Jaden will start.
Jaden.
I mean, Mudryk will come on, Bill.
You think Mudryk will be the sub?
Mudryk will come on, yeah. I know Mudryk will come on. This is what I think he's gonna do. Okay. I don't think he tests Reece James yet. That's the only thing. Like, people have been.
Reece isn't playing against us. That would be disheartening to see. Like, that would be terrible if he were to play and then go down again mid-game. That would be the worst thing ever.
I mean, he's had a lot of time off, bro. He's had a lot of time off.
I feel you, but this game, this is a pure adrenaline, and he's going to go balls to the wall if he plays. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're going to give him time regardless. It's not like, it's like regardless on what you say, Reece James is playing in this game. Like, so it's either I just don't believe he'll start is the thing. I just need Sanchez not to give me a bozo moment, bro.
Like, I want you to go into your team, but your back line reeks of at least, I see 3 bozo moments in your back line.
Nah, bro. It's Sanchez is the one I'm worried about.
I know. I see 2 from Sanchez and 1 from your back line.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We've gotten to a point where not all of our bozo moments get punished. Okay.
You're right. You're right.
So it's not like it's a situation of, but I do agree with you in an overall sense that we will beat ourselves. If we win the way I think we'll win, it'll be because of that. It won't be because Chelsea are fake and all this. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thought process on it. Because it's an interesting tactical battle. And do you want to lead talking about it? Because I know what you want to talk about. Wait, say that again.
I said, do you want to talk about this tactical battle? Because I know what you want to talk about. And
okay.
I don't agree with you.
Okay, go for it. What do you think? What do you think I'm going to say?
You want to see how the partnership between Palmer and Jaden and the partnership between Caicedo and Lavia affect our midfield, and if our midfield can actually stop the combinations between your attacking three and Jackson getting in space.
I wonder, okay,
Mhm.
wonder
Mm-hmm.
if the way that our midfield plays, that you kind of sit back with your midfield.
There you go.
I that's just all because here's the thing, in my opinion, bro. If I don't believe you're gonna let Grav guard Palmer man marking the way that Forrest man marked Palmer with Yates. Because literally at this point, that's the only thing that stops Palmer. Is you have to take one of your guys and pull him right out of the game.
But I don't think.
And here's the thing, right? It's a spacing thing for me, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
the
We talked about this.
the inside space for us is where we thrive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me is it's those half inside spaces. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of pull it up here. These half inside spaces right here, right? This is where we like to operate, pretty much, in these half spaces right here. Okay,
Right.
If it's anybody that's going to be here, it's probably going to be like this. Okay,
Right.
Trent is going to have all this space to work. Okay,
but okay.
He's going to have all this space to work, and this is
Remind
my
me.
big issue
Remind
with
me of that
formation,
Trent point when I
with
give
the
my
way
rebuttal.
that you guys can break us down specifically.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, is Trent on the ball in the these deep areas right here, and him hitting deep balls over to like Diaz in these spaces right here, because Gusto will be like this.
Correct.
So this is in essence what it'll look like. So Trent in this space right here, if a ball gets exited and Trent is in this space right here, this ball, the ball over the top from here to here, is gonna be what I'm gonna be looking for outlet wise, to see if you guys actually outlet that way. Now, here's the thing, right? You outletting that way makes you guys play out of
character.
Exactly. That is out of character to the way that slot wants to play.
That is anti-slot ball.
And then you have runners. Your midfielders turn into runners. If it's if you turn back, revert back to, because this is what this is what Maresca wants you to do.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what Maresca wants you to do. Yeah. Okay. But if this ball turns into a consistent outlet for you guys, because we're gonna flood the midfield, right? Do you see the bodies?
Mm-hmm.
You see the bodies?
Yeah.
We're gonna flood the midfield. So if it turns into that clock ball, back to clock ball, revert back, and you're exiting the ball quickly, and you're trying to get people on the run quickly, that's where we will open you up. Okay, that's where we'll open you up. Okay, at the few times I've seen it, it's slight things though. Okay, it's slight, because not many teams flood the midfield like we do. Okay, when you play City, they will do the same. When you play Arsenal, they'll do the same. Okay. If they flood the midfield against this midfield, specifically against the way that your midfield plays, I saw it against Forest. All their wingers, they were playing midfield in the first half. It was Morgan Gibbs White. It was whoever the other inside forward was. They were all in the midfield defending. And what did you guys do? Try to revert back to Klopp ball and left you open in attacks. You thought Alanga could cut you open? Just wait if it's Cole. Just wait until it's Cole on the ball. Like, that's where That's where it is for us to be able to cut you open. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For for me, the way that your system works, it's gonna be on mistakes. And this team is chock full of them. It's chock full of them. So I can't say nothing about the way this score line is going to go just yet. But
can.
I wanted you kind of, now that you got what I actually think about this, and because I've said this, and I read games very well, my friend. You know
Yes,
this.
you do. Yes,
I
I do.
read games very
Painfully.
well, but
Painfully.
it's in Trent's nature. Okay, it is in Trent's fucking nature for him when he is in space to put his head up
And play.
and ping the ball. It is in his fucking nature. So now, who is Trent in this? Okay, because that's what it really comes down to, in my opinion. Is Trent the midfielder who can control the game? Okay, because that's what in essence he is. He's an inverted fullback intern into a midfielder. Or does he go back to Cesc, being Cesc, trying to be Cesc and hitting the ball, hitting pingers from deep areas because you see Luis Diaz ready to make a run?
This is
Hey, am I wrong by where my narrative?
you're not wrong, and this is part of the reason why it's a test. You will provide us opportunities to get a false sense of hope to where Klopp ball could work in situations, to where if your lineup today was playing Klopp of last year, this would be like an epic 4-3 waiting to happen.
It
You
would
know
be
what I'm
ridiculous. It would be one of them games that you would just be like, "What City last year? I guess
Yeah,
us versus City
I
last."
would I would love to see a Buvac coached Klopp team versus this team. Not even players, just like the tactics of just going 4-2-3-1. We're pressing, we're going. But back to this game. Um, that is going to be there. The the
Because I
challenge,
do believe you guys dropped your line a bit.
we will 100% will drop the line. I'll get to that. But with the Trent thing, the challenge will be for Trent to time that ball correctly. He will play that ball. He will most certainly play that ball, right? We know that. But it's when is he playing it? Is it after a cagey transition? And is he fucking up the ball to let you guys keep pressure on and now Cole Palmer's in space? Or is it you guys trying to recover after a transition? We've kept the ball moving, so you still haven't settled, and then Diaz is getting that ball. You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference. The interesting thing with Trent's positioning is everyone says he inverts, but he's not inverting as much under this system.
It's
So
not inverting, bro, but it's not
he
also
still does
getting
invert
it.
sometimes.
He's picking up the ball in deep areas, but he's out. Like it's still here, bro. It's still here.
What?
It's still here.
It's there, but it's only there
Like
at certain times.
as much as you don't want to say he's inverting, he's
No,
still tucked in as much. He's not tucked in a ton like a midfielder, but he's an outside midfielder.
but no, but it's not even that. It's more of like he tucks in when our field position is like that. But if we're in our half, starting our buildup, he's not going to naturally creep inside until there's a better opening. Whereas last
he'll
year,
be like this, bro, because like he's
he'll
here.
start there, correct? So he'll do
That's
that,
in build up. That's the way it is,
and then drop
it's
one of
like
them
this,
back.
and then like this.
Well, yeah, but Szoboszlai goes to
Can
either
come into
side.
these areas. Matt can come into these areas, but I'm from the most part, you have Trent just kind of in this, like he's a bit more advanced. When Kanate picks up the ball, like say inside here, he'll drop, pick up the ball here. Mac will come this way. The ball goes this way, and then Salah, Szoboszlai, they just fill areas.
Can you look at that thing I just sent in the chat? It's just an image.
What chat?
I just put it in the YouTube chat. You're not wrong, and that's why as much people get.
I don't see any chat private.
No, it's in the public YouTube chat. It's like on the stream chat.
Bro, I do not know what you're talking about. Just send it through like fucking WhatsApp or something.
Gotcha. Where the fuck is that? But anyways, but yeah, so Trent's picking the ball up deeper, and I think the most important thing is, funny enough, Szoboszlai will be the person that makes the biggest difference when we're moving, because his movement will be important. And I don't think we will man mark Palmer, because we talked about it briefly. I don't know if we were on stream saying that, but it won't be Palmer getting man marked. It'll probably be Caicedo or Lavia, because it's not as easy. It's easy to say Szoboszlai will go man mark Palmer, but Palmer's going to be in positions to where Szoboszlai can't get back to help us in attack. You know what I'm saying? So it'll probably be Szoboszlai man marking Caicedo or Lavia
what the
as
idea
a press
of it is.
trigger. We need a press trigger, and we need someone that's easily pressed while we drop from a. If we're going to be in this lower block,
It's gonna be Caicedo.
it's yeah, exactly. So, but if we're in
If
this
you
lower block,
if you do Lavia, he'll fucking half turn on your ass, and it'll be a fucking break instantly with Lavia.
Right. So then those are the things that we have to deal with. But if we'll if we're gonna play that lower block, then we can't press Palmer, because we're gonna be in a bad position to do that, and that'll drop our line back.
This is why, bro. This is why I think this matchup is weird for you. Like, there isn't another 10 with the type of movement that he has. And it's like, unless you're man marking him or you have a real 6 back there, it makes it really difficult to follow him. Because, like, in an instant, if you don't cut off the passing lane and he is in space, you have instant problems, bro.
Yeah, because he's going to have someone that's through. But hopefully our line is deep enough to where that's not going to be the case. That's my only thing.
It's gonna be Red Rover out there for you guys.
Let's see who has more offsides, Jackson or Nunes.
I don't know. Fuck, I'm not gonna. What kind of fucking question is that?
Because you said Red Rover. So if someone doesn't stop correctly, I'm assuming they'd be offsides.
Nah, Red Rover is the guy that you have to fucking guard the entire time.
I guess
it's a football term.
Oh, I'm thinking of the children's game. Red Rover.
Yeah, it's a football term. It's like star coverage. Same thing.
But this is my thing. Szoboszlai won't be man marking Palmer. That's a waste of a player. And that just gives you more space for other players.
It's the only way he's been really defended this year. So
yeah, no, I feel you. It won't be him.
So he's gonna have to come up with a different option. Realistically, is the thing.
Yeah. So if you look at this is our new passing.
You pissed me off with it. I put this pretty much on the screen, son.
No, but I'm not. It's not the position of the players. It's the passing.
Except like fucking.
I'm just showing. It's the arrow. That's all I wanted to show you. It's the Tactico, Mr. Tactico. This was not a question of your positioning. I wanted to show the pass maps because we were talking about Trent. So if you see, this is based off the volume of it. This passing is very simple.
This doesn't work as well when you have a midfield that's still flooded, though.
Exactly. So
because in the end, right, the correct ball for Trent is the switch. This is the correct ball against us.
Yeah.
Okay, but because if you go in the end, Gusto's gonna be right here.
Yeah.
Like Gusto's gonna be on this man, and Diaz will be one-on-one against Tosin. So what is Trent gonna do? Is he gonna do this pass into this player, or is he gonna do this pass into this player?
Exactly. But what he should do is the second situation, because If Gusto is in line with Robertson, then that's our opening. And that's why I say he has to be patient when he hits Diaz, because if he times it right, then Robertson and Diaz will be running at your goal with Gusto having to recover and your back line sliding over. That's that's what that's
100%.
why I should yeah.
But
That's
here's the thing: as soon as we get into mid block, then it's Gusto and Madueke over there, or
but
and Neto over there.
but
So
but
that
that's
so your patience doesn't matter, bro. As soon as you're patient, here that's the thing, and that's the way that we've scored a lot of goals this year. Okay, as soon as you're patient in this league, there's too much pace and too much recovery pace for you to be too patient. Okay, so that's why I've said you have to hope for a mistake, or you play that ball in instantaneously after an outlet. That's where I am very, very interested to see what's going to happen. I'm very interested.
I am too. I am too. But I don't have as much fear against facing a lower mid block as I have under Pep Linder's coach teams.
It's not a low mid block; it's a high mid block.
Whatever the block will be.
Because,
well, I'm saying
you have to have the willingness against us to hit us quickly. Is when we get scored. That's how we've gotten scored on for the majority of our time, outside of a mistake. The willingness to hit us on very quickly is the way that we've gotten scored on in majority of moments. Outside of that, when you slow the pace of the game down, we defend very well. And now that I'm saying if we have Lavia and Caicedo in that midfield, that's where I'm like, okay, Szoboszlai, let's see who you are.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
What I'm gonna. If it's Caicedo and Lavia, I'm saying Szoboszlai, let's see who you are, because you need to take over the game in the end for you guys to be real successful. Otherwise, you turn back to clock ball. So, and I'm telling you, play that game with us this year. I hope you do.
You're hoping, yeah, exactly.
I hope you do.
But this is my thing.
I hope you play that.
You need to pray that you score an early goal. You need to go ahead to force us to play clock ball, because if it's 0-0 at half,
I know.
We're chilling. Like, we can be patient. Like, that's like you're saying, be patient. We'll get countered on, but like we don't necessarily counter now when we get the ball in our own half. We only counter when we get the ball in the other team's half. We slow it down. Yeah,
and that's in my opinion, that's to our benefit. Like it's to our benefit.
And are you stopping us on set pieces?
Huh?
Are you guys good at set piece defense yet?
I didn't hear what you just said.
Are you guys good at stopping set pieces yet?
We've been pretty good over the last couple weeks, I would say, defensively. We haven't done anything offensively. Like, offensively, we haven't done anything.
Keller is not the best.
Defensively, we haven't been bad, though. Here's the thing. There was quotes last week, okay, before the Bournemouth game, they're asking about Lavia. And they were saying, is Lavia and Caicedo just like interchangeable? They're asking him questions like that. And he said that he would play Lavia and Caicedo together. So that is it hopium? Yes. Yes. That you want the answer? Yes. It is hopium. You want my answer? Yes. It is hopium.
Yeah,
so I do hope. I do fucking hope.
If Enzo starts, you lose the game.
You're right. You're right, Phineas. You're right. You're right. The Forest goal was a set piece. So, yeah, we still, it's late league set piece goals.
And we're not Arsenal, but we finally started scoring off set pieces. So, I hope my 6'4" center backs can continue that run. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tosin will be in there. But You know what it is? It's a lack of leadership out there when you're talking about set pieces.
Yeah. Who is this leader for you
It's
guys?
very, very much a lack of leadership. It's like, this is how we defend, guys, and this is the only way
Wait, you said Tosin starting over Fofana?
Well, it's Fofana's out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The suspension. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's right. That's right.
But outside of that one, though, we didn't let a set piece in since Wolves. So.
You said, was Forest before Wolves?
Yeah, outside of the Forest one, we haven't
okay.
let one in since Wolves.
Okay, I was reading Phineas's chats. He's making me laugh.
No. Phineas is right, though. I just forgot about that shit. But we've looked better on corners.
Yeah.
It's the set pieces, like dead ball set pieces, that get us.
Jota and Diaz are known to get onto crosses. I'm not going to say Diaz is some crazy aerial threat, but we have more than just Kanate and VVD for set pieces.
I mean,
I was just responding to
we
TKO.
will have
Big
height
up,
out
by the
there,
way.
though, with Viega. That's the difference.
Yeah,
so.
you
it
have
will be
height.
Viega, Tosin, and Colwell, like with Jackson. So it's not like it's like a thing of height. It's to me, I just see him playing Lavia and Caicedo.
I think
I
Vega
really
gets
do,
exposed
because just the with Viega being there, you need that extra defensive cover. Like it's nothing against Viega because he's just a young lad. Like he's just a young player, bro. We just brought in for 10 million and he's been crushing it. He's been fantastic. Bro, he's been so good. He got the Portugal call up. It only took him, we've been 6 games in. Like, he already got a Portugal call up.
That's
like,
good shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we like? But to me, right? It's still a 21-year-old kid playing against Salah. Like, so give him the defensive cover of Lavia over there, and let's see what happens. We're going to have to score fucking goals, bro.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm going to have to be. Hey, we're going to have to score at least 2 goals for us to get a result. I'm just going to be dead ass.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, we're going to have to score at least 2 goals to get a result out of this. I'm going to be so serious. I don't see it going any other way than us scoring at least 2 goals and getting a result.
But we went through your lineup, but I think it would be a disjustice to did I say that right? Is it dis or miss? Anyways, it would be a disservice to not mention your subs, because you will have subs. Your subs are good, and they will have an impact. And I think that should be accounted for. Because
how do you think your substitutions can affect this game?
I think our substitutions, we have my thing is we haven't had to make a proactive substitution yet. And like the Forest game we lost, so it has none of those changes were good either. So it's like, other than that, we haven't had to make proactive changes.
You haven't faced much adversity yet.
Exactly. And that's where my big question marks come. If you guys give us adversity, then how do we deal with it? Chiesa will come off the bench.
I hope we score
Gakpo
early goal, bro.
That would make the game the most exciting. Because we'll be fine with keeping the ball for the entire half and then saying second half, all right, well, are you going to run around like you did in the first half?
Well, we have enough players to. So what are you going to say about that?
Exactly.
What are you going to say about that? So,
exactly. That's the problem.
So, this is why I say, this is the most interesting game for me, because they have not been tested, but they've looked so. You guys have. I'm saying but you have looked so good, right? Nah, Connor Bradley ain't starting. It'll be Trent.
What are we doing?
It'll be Trent. What are we talking
about? You want Connor Bradley to start, so Sancho can abuse.
I just think Sancho versus Trent is so interesting. First and foremost, I think that matchup, just in general, is very interesting.
I don't think it's as interesting as you think.
If Konate comes to help, that's Palmer's space.
You say you say that, but it
What
won't
am I?
be.
What do you mean? I say that?
No, but
That's
it's
Palmer's space. That's
no,
where he
no,
scored 3 goals this year.
I'm
Three
not
of the
saying
goals he's scored this year have been in that exact spot.
I'm
But
not
what are we
saying
talking about?
I'm not saying that that's not his spot. I'm saying that you say that and that's the ideal situation for him to get into. However, I don't necessarily think that situation will
That's what
happen.
I'm saying, bro. If he comes
Tracks
and
back.
helps,
Yeah,
this
Tracks
is
back,
why it's
but
so interesting to me. Because I
also
do
Trent's been
think
playing
Trent
well
is in great
defensively.
form. I think
Yeah,
he'll try to handle him on his own. But
and
if
he's
it comes down to, because I don't think Mudryk will come on until way later to tire you motherfuckers out, like
yeah,
as just a pace merchant kind of thing.
yeah,
But
hundred
he's
percent.
been good on this with his service recently, so I'm not gonna with his delivery. He's looking like to get better and looking like he's getting in better form, Mudryk. So like, let's hope for the best, okay? But with Jaden, he's kind of a pass first player. So if I would like for him to take take Trent on inside first early minutes and take a whipper. Just take a hit a R1 finesse shot, my dude.
Just to make everyone like know he will go inside.
Yeah, like just
Pause.
just to give him put everybody on their toes, because then you bring Konate on his toes a bit, and then you really have a football game going. Because then you have a Jaden that's an attack minded Jaden is the best Jaden Sancho.
Oh
When
yeah,
I say attack
100%.
minded, I'm saying a shoot first Jaden.
Yeah, well, not
Jaden loves to be the playmaker. Okay, but I need one time, Jaden.
no.
Go
I
for
feel
net early. Just go for net early.
when he dribbles to create his own shot, he's almost unbeatable. Like
That's what I'm talking about,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It's so disgusting. That's why if you give it one time, where you just, even if it's Kelleher, gets a hand on it, pushes it aside, it puts something in their minds that we can't just like sit back on we can't just sit back on this dude, right? We can't, because like there's gonna be times now. There's gonna be times now where they're gonna think, "Oh, Jaden's looking for Cole behind me," and believe me, he is. That's exactly what he's looking for to start. Like that's exactly what he's looking for. But when he's taking on his fullback and he shoots, it creates more space for himself. It creates more space for his other players, because everyone knows his dribbling ability is as good as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the thing. I really wonder who he's going to play on that right side against Robertson, because you guys historically have had problems with Neto.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that's where I just like this is like
No,
every single
Neto
time you
is
guys played Wolves with Neto on there.
Neto is old Robertson's kryptonite. I
And
will say
good
that.
Robertson, like real good. Like I'm not saying Robertson ain't good now, but
I don't
Brian
think
Robertson,
Neto went up against Prime Robertson, if I'm being honest.
bro.
Maybe once, because Neto's had all those injuries. We haven't seen Prime Robertson in 2 years. Like he's not bad right now, but Prime Robertson, like. But I think I'm hoping it's Nani,
I agree,
but
Dave.
I think Neto's pace. But also,
It could be not, bro. I could
said
be
like
either, bro.
it could be either. I'm not worried about Nani, to be completely honest. I'm more worried about Neto because if Neto beats Robertson, Van Dijk can't catch him. That's why I'm worried about Neto. But
Yo, don't sleep on Nani's pace, bro.
it's not
That
no,
boy fast too, son.
no, Nani's fast, but Nani's
Fast
clumsy.
too, bro.
It's not that Nani's clumsy. So like his speed is great.
Yeah.
But if he can't control his fucking body, he's
gonna
slow
it's the
himself down.
DVD, just the little nudges that he does.
Yeah, exactly. So again, my point. Neto, I'm
And
more
he's
worried
so
about.
off balance, and like Neto is such an unbalanced football player.
Yeah, but I think Trent's gonna body Sancho. Not like in performance. Like I think physically, Trent is much more imposing than Sancho. And I know that's not saying much for Trent, but Sancho is a diminutive player, and we have improved our physicality and our dueling ability this year significantly. We don't get bullied. We walk into games physically imposing now.
Bro, I need it to be Neto this week, bro.
Oh, and
I
you talk
need
about
it
your
to be Neto
wingers.
this week.
Give Jackson credit, bro. So like is Jackson are his runs going to be from like center to left or center to right more? Because that could dictate the game as well. Because you said this where Sancho's drawing Trent out. But what if Jackson is drawing Kanate out? Do you see the same thing happening where they're both going to be going out to the left to give Palmer that space? Or is
See, here's the
Jackson going to
thing.
go more to the right?
Jackson's such an interesting player with just his runs are unnatural. Okay. And the way that I mean that is it's
Okay.
more it comes from deeper areas. Like
Mm-hmm.
the start of his runs come from deeper areas.
Yeah.
So like there's so a lot of the times he'll be he tries to stay very central in between the two guys. Like that's where he like tries to go, and
Yeah, in
then
between the two
feels
center
back
backs.
post most of the time. Like that's where he likes to be. His back post is like he likes to
Okay.
peel back post.
So
On
it'll
so
be both sides
if the
depending.
ball's on the right hand side, it's really Konate that has to watch like the back areas for Jackson,
Well,
because
so
Sancho will be at the top of the key if the ball's on the right hand side.
we can map out your goal then. If you're like the goal you score, right? Based off what you're saying there, is if Diaz loses the ball. Well, I won't say Diaz. Realistically, if Salah loses the ball high up on the right, where we're in a position where we're compromised defensively, Jackson's going to make the run to the far post, stretching Van Dijk and Kanate that way, and then Palmer's going to fill in that space next to Sancho, and that's the combination that's going to get a goal.
Mm-hmm.
If you get scored on, it's going to be like that. And I'm glad I said it on the show. That will be your goal if you score a goal. So, and it won't. I won't say Salah. It'll be Salah and Szoboszlai trying to combine that will lose us the ball.
And Latvia will be right in the middle of that because he's
Yep.
supposed to play in this game.
So if it's Lavia, that turns into a goal. If it's Enzo,
he's been
that turns
saving
into a
Lavia.
loss of possession.
Literally, he's been saving Lavia. Lavia's been in training. He's been saving Lavia for this game.
That sounds great, but
that's what it is. I'm just telling you what's happening. I don't know if it'll be Caicedo out or Enzo out, but I do believe Lavia plays in this game.
Billy, I hear you. I was just he'll take on both, but it won't be at the same time. Like I don't see Jackson getting too many opportunities to pick the ball up and just drive at the center of our field. Or I pray that doesn't happen. I should say that shouldn't happen from the way our defense is set up. So it's gonna very interesting battles. And
nah, it won't be ball to feet with Jackson. It will be ball over top with Jackson.
Because if he gets a ball to feet, he's losing it against Van Dijk. It has to be over.
Yeah. Against this team specifically, Jackson needs to be making like timed runs behind Konate or in between Konate and Van Dijk. Don't get in between Van Dijk and Robertson. Like if you stay away from that space, you'll be fine. If you make Van Dijk go backwards, is where you have the best chance. That's why they play a mid block now. So now he doesn't get exposed anymore, and he looks like a world beater again. Like it's that simple in the end. He didn't do anything like Slot didn't do anything.
I don't like that.
He didn't do anything. Here's the thing. He didn't do anything too drastic with the way that you guys played defensively, other than the way it is the specific press triggers per game. It's like it's not like an overall like huge defensive shift because of the way that you guys press passing lanes is still very similar to what you guys were doing before.
You're correct.
But it's more now you're covering Van Dijk, you're covering Robertson for the lack of their pace at this current moment. So you're not exposing them to their weaknesses. He's just doing his role as manager. That's what your manager should be doing. You know what I'm saying?
I-
It's like I understand, like with Klopp, he just never really switched off of his mentality, right? He had the same players for 8, and they were all aging, bro. After 8 years, bro, you need to either refresh your style or you need to refresh the players, because otherwise his style is not conducive of 12 years of the same
Yeah,
fucking
you can't
background,
run like
you know what
that.
I'm saying?
But like it's not just the pressing triggers, but I'd say he dropped the line back 10 yards, and I'm not having it's not even Van Dyke slander. I don't think it's more of to cater to the right side than the left side, because everyone knows, and before the season started, it was well known that our right side is our attacking side. But because it's our attacking side, it's also our weakness defensively. I think that these tactics change benefit Kanate the most, because now Kanate has less running to do and he looks more composed. You got to remember, Kanate got benched for Kwanzaa. Like, I love Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa was a League Two center back last year, and Kanate got benched. Like, so, like, I get your point. It does help everyone, but I think it was more for Kanate and Trent, because he's put that Trent, you're playing right center mid shit in the bud. Like, the inverting is very calculated and measured now, not just, all right, go play right DM. So I think that, and it's to preserve the legs. The same way you said, all these players have been running to the ground. So I think Slot is trying to preserve the legs of the players that are on their last legs. You guys, if we stayed, and yeah, we can finish off. But if we stay with Klopp, you'd say this was Salah and Van Dijk's and Robertson's last year being able to physically keep up with the demands of doing it for a full season, especially with the increased games.
I mean, you're spitting. That's absolute facts. We'd be all for, and shit, you might lose at least one or two of those guys now.
They would be. I can promise you, Robertson would have had an injury already.
I'm telling you right now, Trent ain't going to Madrid.
He's not going. He just wants. Salah's leaving.
Trent ain't going to Madrid.
No, but Salah's leaving. Van Dijk and Trent are staying. They're not going to pay Salah.
I think you're right. I think that's what's going to end up happening. Is Salah and Alisson will be out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they probably give Van Dijk another 2 years.
They give Van Dijk 2 years, maybe a third-year option. That's probably what he's fighting for. But yeah, people like some people feel like when you buy a replacement, it's just like FIFA or a Football Manager, where you lose one guy and then you buy the replacement in the same window. Shit doesn't work like that. You buy your replacement ahead of time if you're smart, and you plan ahead. That's what Edwards and Hughes are doing. So Chiesa is someone's replacement. And TKL, yes, we already bought Alisson's replacement. Alisson's gone in the next 2 years. 18 months, I'd say, for Alisson.
Yep, Billy, it's very true. They will not be pressing us very high. Sanchez will be allowed to pass the ball out pretty.
Yeah, no, Sanchez is going to be able to do what he wants, but there's going to be triggers. Like, it'll change. Like, there will be
probably
moments.
Be Tosin. That will be the trigger for Jota to start pressing. And then they'll press hard on Caicedo. They'll press.
You guys have better players than Man U and much better coaching, but the pressing will be similar to Man U, where we're hoping for Casemiro-like actions from Caicedo.
Just losing the ball in midfield.
Losing the ball in midfield, and now we're rushing at Tosin, Colwill, and maybe a Vega if he hasn't already creeped up the field.
Nah,
that's
going to be the one that's creeping up in midfield.
That's it. Vega to whatever center mid. That's the trigger. I'm telling you right now. Vega getting the ball and giving it to Lavia, Enzo, or Caicedo.
That might not be the best of ideas. I'm going to be honest.
The
kid can pass the ball.
I'm not saying he can't.
I'm
saying receiving it.
He's better than that kid is good, bro. I'm being serious. He's good. I just don't know if he's ready for this game, but he is good. He is
Exactly.
fucking
It's the
good.
moment. Is he ready
I
for the
mean, bro,
moment? And it's more
he
of
just
the
played
person
90 minutes
receiving the ball.
for Portugal, bro. Like, inshallah, he does
Yeah,
well.
I
Like,
feel
that's
you.
all I can ask for him. I
Hey,
really like this kid.
Bruno plays every international break for Portugal. But I didn't. That was unnecessary. But no, I'm saying if whoever's on the receiving end of the pass, I'm not saying it'll be a bad pass, but that link up, it'll be
So
one of
that's
them
what
getting
it's either
pressed.
Enzo or Lavia. That's why I'm
Yeah,
hoping it's Lavia.
yeah. If it's Enzo, Enzo's getting rushed, and it'll be
Yeah,
great to
no,
watch.
that's for facts.
Uh, 3-1 Liverpool.
But he could have if he's had good games against you before. So
Yeah, yeah, he has.
and the person that is pressing him is going to probably end up being either Sabozlai would be or McAllister. So because the where he would be is going to be if it's you see where the right back and the right like where he would be in between the DM and the right back.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where he would pick up the ball most of the time. So,
Yeah.
like, it would probably be McAllister pressing him in that.
Well, and I forgot to mention this. I think Sla has been waiting for this game to switch the pivot from a 2-1,
Oh,
like the midfield, from a 2-1 to a 1-2. I think
so
you could see Grab by
you think
himself.
he's gonna come out with a total tactical shift like
No, I
for
think
this
he
game?
should. No, it won't even be a tactical shift. It'll be the build-up switches. That's all. To
Yeah, that's a
where
tactical shift, bro. That where
no,
you're
but
making a tactical shift, you're gonna switch the players around. That's a tactical shift.
not like yes, technically. I'm just saying it won't be a full-on like identity of how we're going to play. I think the
Sure,
build-up, the
that's
triangle
not
will change.
that's not what I said though. I said it's a tactical shift. That doesn't change the identity of your fucking team. And
Fair
that
enough,
big
man.
is so
No, but
damn.
some teams make tactical shifts and change it all the entire way they play
Yeah,
just for
but
the occasion.
you're not even. Yeah, but like, what do you think is gonna happen?
He just might rotate the positioning of the triangle. So the DM, LCM 10 or RCM, as you see it, is going to be different now. It might be Gravenberch sitting deeper by himself or McAllister sitting deeper by himself. That's all.
That's where I'm. Yeah, that's where we might catch you, bro. I'm going to be serious
Well,
in
yeah.
them deep areas. If once you start pushing that line back, once you start, everything starts to get pushed back a little bit more. As soon as you bring your midfielder deeper, everything starts to get pushed back a little bit more. Otherwise, you got players next to each other. So, like, here's the thing. I'm excited for this game. I think this is going to be a 2-2 draw at Anfield. I've thought this for a while now. I think that we just catch you. It's going to be like a situation where you score one, I score one. You score one, I score one. And then it's game over. Like I really do think it's going to be one of them kind of games, man. I really do. Like I said, I'm saying 2-2. This team though, it has something about it. When it goes down, it has something about it. It's a little bit of a grip on the game that they get when they go down. It's not like oh, we went down.
You're like, oh,
What are
okay,
we
let's
gonna
play.
do now? It's we went down. Let's go fucking score.
Yeah, it's like,
Like
all right, that's cool.
yeah, it's like and real and it has something about it, bro. Like that
Ball up top.
you just need I just feel I still feel that I need a really good game from Nico Jackson.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Because I would rather play Nkuku in this game.
You say that, but you don't.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you because the spaces aren't gonna with Nico, like like he doesn't do well enough in tight spaces for me to see this ball like a quick ball over the top, right? Just like just Just Palmer gets a space, and he sees Nico behind him. He's not good enough in it with his touch and his composure for me to be like, okay, that's where he's gonna be. That's where we'll be fine in the mid block. Where with Cristo, like if Cristo puts his back on Konate and he gets the ball, like I have faith that he's gonna turn on him. You know what I'm saying? Like I have faith that he could do something with it. Whereas with Nico, I just don't. Not yet, at least. It thrives off of him, like the other opponent giving him space and him interconnecting. So like as long and to be honest, I believe in Cuckoo comes in and probably scores a goal in this game. Okay. I do believe that.
Nkunku's more likely to score a half chance. I will say that.
But bro, that's what these games are gonna be.
Mm.
That's what this game's gonna be. It's gonna be based off of who can finish the half chances.
I think there will be clear-cut chances. And that's why I think we'll win 3-1.
For you,
mm-hmm.
You'll have clear-cut chances. Mm-hmm. For us, we need somebody who can finish half chances. Like
fair enough.
Like
fair enough.
But Billy, everybody has a stat, right? Everybody has a stat, bro. Everybody has a stat to dissuade but where are these dribbles coming from? Okay, where is he picking up the ball and dribbling it?
You know what a successful dribble is, Billy?
Right at the halfway line, right? Link, am I wrong?
If not,
90% of his dribbles come from the halfway line.
Yeah.
Then what are we fucking talking about here? You guys aren't going to be playing a high line unless Nico's coming back and picking up the ball with nobody around him. Then that's where he gets his chance to run at people.
Yeah. Billy, Declan Rice is one of the best dribbling midfielders in the league by stats.
So. All right. On that note, that fucking note, I appreciate everybody.
Hey, man.
I really do. We had a decent show up for me doing this link late and all that other shit. So I appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
This show, we leave you with Kobe. Have a great night.
Smash a like.
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about?